Hello, witches. I am High Priestess Autumn Phoenix. Thank you for joining me for this live broadcast. I believe that you are here on purpose. I believe Hecate sent you here on purpose to receive her word about keeping up with the cost of living. Witches, this year, for the remainder of 2024, will keep up with the cost of living. This is the word from the Queen of Witches on this Saturday. You will keep up with the cost of living. Don't doubt it. Don't shake your head. Don't be in denial that no witch should be going through life the hard way. That includes money. We need money to live. That's obvious. There is no denying that. We need money to take care of ourselves and our families. We need this. Your source of income does not come from other people or from the bank. Your source of income comes from the Queen of Witches, Hecate. Will provide you with every coin, dollar that you need. She will provide for you. It comes down to you, the witch, and people in your family. Are you willing to listen to what Hecate tells you? How to financially prosper? How to be financially independent? How to not continue to live paycheck to paycheck, relying on government assistance? Are you willing to listen to the Queen of Witches, even if you may not agree, even if you might doubt that you are worthy of her help? If you are a devotee of Hecate will, I'm telling you, Hecate will provide for you on the way. Now, if you have not yet shared this live broadcast, be sure to share this live broadcast. I'm here on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and X. So contact a couple of witches and tell them that there is a high priestess. Once again, my name is High Priestess Autumn Phoenix here in New York, who is anointed and appointed by the Queen of Witches to deliver her words to witches who have ears to hear and hands to receive Hecate's best. You may be financially strapped right now. You may have put yourself in a financial hellhole, but you will not stay there. You cannot stay there. I said just moments ago that no witch should be going through life the hard way, because witches have already inside of them everything they need to prosper, to live a life of abundance, with no sorrow added on to it. No sorrow, no crying, no regrets, no backlash, no people coming out of the woodwork all of a sudden wanting your money that Hecate puts in your hands to build their dreams. Not only will Hecate give you financial freedom, not only that, she will give you, the witch, the wisdom to multiply it for future generations of your bloodline. It won't just be for you. It will follow the children that comes after you. Because no witch should be going through life the hard way. I know some people might be saying, well, money is not everything, but let me tell you this. Poverty is not witches. I'd rather cry in a Lamborghini than cry in a Toyota. That's not materialistic. It's not materialistic, witches, to want better for yourself and for your family. You know how Hecate gives you financial independence? When she tells you to do something, to be somewhere, when she gives you a business idea that you might believe probably won't work out because that's your ego trying to protect you. Ignore your ego. Pay attention. Pay more attention to the Queen of Witches. Hecate will give you an idea that will financially prosper you. But you, the witch, has got to act on it. You have to do something with the instruction that Hecate give you. I always say nothing changes if nothing changes. You have to do something for something to change in your favor, because no witch should be going through life the hard way. The rest of the world is struggling right now. We are nearly in an economic collapse. But that won't be the fate of witches, because witches have the Queen of Witches, Hecate, overlooking their finances, and they will never experience being broke. They will never experience panhandling. The witch will never sit at the breakfast table trying to decide which bills to pay and which bills to leave behind for another day. Your bills will be paid months, for some witches a year in advance, and you will have money left over to vacation, to travel. Whatever you want to do with that money that's left over, it will happen. Don't shake your head. Don't doubt. Don't be in denial of the power of Hecate when her devotees put real world action behind the instruction that Hecate gave them. You just have to do it. Don't tell anybody either. Oh yes, keep that to yourself. Don't tell your family. Don't tell your best friend. This is between you and Hecate. Hecate did not consult with your friends and family. She consulted with you. You agreed along with Hecate to listen to her voice and her voice alone, so that she can make you financially prosperous, so you do not have to struggle every time a bill comes up. You don't have to go to the office to get a loan, or to have somebody spare you $10 for gas, $20 for groceries. Aren't you tired of that? Aren't you tired of having to beg other people and therefore be enslaved to that person? Oh yes, let's get into it. Be enslaved to that person, having to owe that person. When Hecate financially prospers you, you don't owe her anything. You don't. All she wants is her continued devotion. That means if you ask Hecate to help you, not just with money, but with anything, you continue your devotion to her. Hecate is not asking for the money back. She is not asking for the abundance back. She is asking for your continued devotion to her. She is asking you to continue to listen to her voice and her voice alone, no other. Any other voice is just chit chat. It's nothing. Any other voice means nothing, because it's not the Queen of Witches' voice. Hecate will tell you where to go to get that money and provide for you along the way. What does that mean? What does it mean when I say Hecate will provide for you on the way? That means that the money that you get will be goddess money. It will not be money from the street. It will not be money that you got from selling drugs or being a prostitute or being, part of some gang. No, that money that Hecate gives you will be goddess money, good money, correct money. And she will give you the wisdom to multiply it. A lot of witches don't listen to Hecate because at the time that Hecate may be speaking to them, it doesn't quite make sense. It makes sense to Hecate. If Hecate says it, act on it. Do it. I don't care what time it is. It can be 4 a.m. Do it. Don't say, well, I'm tired. Let me turn back around and get my sleep on. No. Get up no matter what time it is and do what Hecate told you to do. I don't care. It doesn't matter if you have work the next morning. You're going to a job that you hate anyway. Hecate may be waking you up at 4 a.m. when you have to leave the house at 6 a.m. to go to a job that you hate because she has something better for you. She has a business idea to download into your spirit so you don't have to go to that job that you hate so much. Get out of bed. Get out of bed. Get out of bed. Get out. Some witches right now have got to get out of bed and do it. You witches should not be staying in a job that they hate. Yeah, it may pay 1 or 2 bills, but Hecate wants all your bills paid. Hecate wants you to have your bills paid months ahead or a year ahead. Hecate wants to give you the money to change your address so that you can get up and out of that bad neighborhood that's being overrun by a couple of thugs. That's the truth. Hecate wants witches to prosper because witches are worthy of it. Witches deserve it. What would the world be like with no witches? The world would be a lot worse than it is right now if there were no witches. Don't even get me started. Many of you witches and high priests and high priestesses know what the world would be like if we were not here. It would be a lot worse. Do you know how many witches are working overtime to stop the evil in the world? If we witches was not here, I don't know what the world would be like this Saturday. Well, actually, I do know what it would be like. But that's a conversation for another time. But Hecate will give you the financial means to not just take care of yourself, but to be able to bless the people that deserve to be blessed. Not everybody deserves to be blessed. Hecate will tell you who to give a check to, what check to void. Hecate will tell you what the person is actually going to do with the money you gave them, and so you don't have to worry about the person telling you a lie, a bald-faced lie. Oh, I'm just going to pay my bills. No. Hecate will tell you what that person's true intentions is with that money. She will tell you. And then you make the decision, the educated decision, the informed decision, whether or not to open your purse or your wallet. And Hecate will continue to give you the wisdom to multiply that money so that you never run out. So that takes you into millionaire status. That takes you into billionaire status. I know there are lots of people who say that billionaires should not exist. That's way too much money. Let me tell you something. There are billionaires that you may have never heard of that do tremendous work in the world because they are humble. Some of these billionaires have been humbled by Hecate because in the past they have abused their money. So they were humbled by Hecate to do by their nickels, dimes, quarters, $5 bills, 10s, and 20s. Okay? On the topic of that's too much money for somebody to have. It's not too much money if it's being put to good use. It's not. There is an abundance of money out here. There is. You as the witch just need to act on what Hecate tells you and don't argue. Don't talk back. Don't disagree. Don't catch an attitude. Just do it. Listen to her voice and her voice alone. I know this live stream, who the witches come upon it, will have this downloaded into their spirit that I need to be more devoted to Hecate. I need to give her more offerings. I have to ask Hecate what offering she wants and then give it to her. Hecate will never ask for offering that's way out of your budget. Hecate will always ask you for an offering that you can actually afford, that won't put you even farther into debt. I've noticed when I first became a devotee of Hecate that the more I gave her offerings of what she told me she wanted, that's when the financial prosperity came to me. And it will be the same for you. It will be the same for you. Why? Because you deserve it. Because you're a witch. That's why. That's why. That's why. There is no other group of people on this planet that has suffered more abuse than witches. Not one other group. They can march, they can protest, they can write all the petitions they want. It doesn't compare to what witches have gone through. Am I right? I know I'm right. I know it's controversial to say, but it's still truth. People who cry prosecution. People who claim that they're mistreated. They have no idea about witches. No idea. No, they're too ignorant. They can't get it. But you as the witch will financially prosper. This year, 2024, you will be financially independent. It will not end with your family creating a GoFundMe for your funeral or a GoFundMe for your medical expenses. No, everything will be paid in cash. No debit, no check, no credit. I'm talking about cash. I'm talking about 20s, 50s, and 100s. That will be the rest of your 2024. This is the word from the Queen of Witches, Hecate. Take it in. Take it in. Take it in. Share this live broadcast with a witch or two or three that I have spoken on the behalf of Hecate, that 2024 will have witches financially independent, simply because they deserve it, simply because they have showed their devotion to the Queen of Witches and listened to her voice and her voice alone. Because believe it or not, Hecate is actually interested in your financial well-being. She is. She is. This is the last year where you will be broke as a joke. This is the last year where you will be living paycheck to paycheck. This is the last year where you have the IRS on your back. This is the last year where you are on government assistance. This is the last year where bills continue to pile up. No, that won't be you. That cannot be you. You have inside of you, because it is because you are a witch, that you have already inside of you everything to change your life for the better. Everything. When you become a witch, you are much more intuitive. You just know things. You know things, and you may not even know how you know, but you know. But you know. And you know what you know is right, is correct. In the year 2024, you will not financially struggle. You will not. And yes, it will extend to your bloodline. And yes, also it will extend to any children that you have adopted. That's a good question. Does financial abundance travel to any children that I may have adopted? Yes. If you have adopted a child Yes, it passes on to them because you have chosen to accept that adopted child into your family. So this is the word for witches today on Saturday, April 20th, 2024. That financial liberty is yours. All you have to do is listen alone to the voice of Hecate. So thank you, witches, once again for joining me for this live broadcast. I am High Priestess Autumn Venus, anointed and appointed by the Queen of Witches Hecate here in New York. Be sure to share this broadcast with a witch or two or three and tell them that there is a high priestess here in New York who is anointed and appointed by the Queen of Witches to be a voice for witches who have ears to hear and hands to receive Hecate's best. Bye, everyone.